Welcome everyone to the first day back for teachers. So far this morning, we have been in a professional development in the first half and we went out to lunch. And now this is the first time that I'm in my room and I have a lot to do. There's always so much that needs to be done when you go back to school. So my hope is to be able to get everything set up, planned out, lesson plans, materials, everything out on tables for the first day of school, which is in 2 days. So let's do it. So I think before anything, before I start to show you some of the things that I've printed out for the first day of school, some of the activities that we're going to be doing, kind of walking you guys through what does that look like for me, I need to clean up my table because I just unloaded my backpack, which felt like it was about a good 30 pounds. And here's where all of that weight was coming from, basically. Guys, like, how in the world did I have so much stuff shoved inside of my backpack? So I'm gonna focus on getting this cleaned off first before I sit down and get all of my materials ready. Doesn't that look so much better? I love it. It makes my heart happy just having that cleaned up. So now that I have that clean, I went over and popped into my partner's rooms. We're gonna try to meet at 2:45 to just go over our lesson plans, make sure that we have all of the things that we need to get or like listed, or we have everything already printed out. So did that. Now I'm going to start setting up my tables. Now I have all but like two kiddos I'm missing a folder for. So I'm gonna figure that part out. I do try to keep them in their houses, which I'm gonna try to show you in just a second. So let me talk you through some of the things that I'm putting out on their tables. Okay, so for the first day of school, I don't want to overload them with so many different materials just because we're not gonna use them all right away. And I feel like it's just pointless to give them everything and then just to take it away immediately because we're not going to use them or have it stored in a certain place. Kids will lose it, they won't be able to find things. So here's what I'm just giving them. So for the first thing is some sort of a morning work. On the first day of school, I always try to give them something that they can do at their table so that I can help students just with unpacking, with any questions that they might be having. I'm greeting kids at doors. Once we start to get into the routines and the procedures after like the first few weeks, like a couple of weeks of school, the kids will come in and they'll just read or they'll work on something that they need to work on. So we don't typically give like a morning assignment. I think it's something that kids just need to be responsible for. Everybody's coming in at different times. Like, it just doesn't seem worth it for me to have to plan something out when kids are not even going to be able to finish it. Especially because we get into morning meeting right like as soon as announcements are done. So like I said, for the first like few days of school, couple of weeks, however I want to kind of, depending on how long it's taking them to transition, I'm going to give them an assignment in the beginning. And the first one that I'm going to give them is just because I want to be able to see where they're sitting. We pass certain things out. Like during the day, I like to be able to go and peek at their things. Like, I just wanted to do this. I hope I have a really good reason. I felt like I wrote it down last year that I wanted to do this year, but I don't really remember why I wanted to do it. So maybe next time I'm gonna do a little explanation there. I'm gonna have them do a name tent. Now I found this one on Teachers Pay Teachers. I don't know who it's by. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to put it down in the description box if I can find it. Or if I remember. That's really the big part. I'll be able to find it because I purchased it. It's if I remember. So I have a little name tent. There were a number of different options that you could choose from. I felt like this would be the best one for my kiddos. So I'm gonna have their name tent set up, and then I have the instructions on a separate sheet of paper. Now when you printed them, like it printed this behind this, but then I felt like a lot of kids would do things upside down and I just did not want to risk it. So you know how you do that whole, I'm gonna cut something, put something over it, make a copy of it. I did that number to be able to get this by itself and to get the instructions on its own piece of paper. So the instructions are pretty basic. Let me kind of give you a closer view of it. Okay, so basically they're going to write their first and last name right in the middle, right across here in this little spot. I like that she says to make it big and bold so it can be easy to see. And then it kind of talks to them about the upper left-hand corner representing words, and the upper right-hand corner having a favorite book, song, or film, in the bottom right-hand corner represent a job or career, and then in the bottom left-hand corner representing different ways that you like to learn. So I thought it would just be a nice one. I need to make my version so that the kids have an example to be able to go off of for the first day, but that's something I'll work on a little bit later so I can get these set up at their tables. So that's going to be their morning work for the first day. Then I have here our folders. Now, we don't do a ton of school supplies. I will give them a few things a little bit later on, but this is like the main thing that we want them to be able to take home. Now, I covered up this baby's name, but we always have all of their house symbols. Like, so everything that they have is always labeled with their house symbol. I feel like it's easy, it's clean. I just like the look of it. So this baby is Uamuzi. That's the greenhouse. It just says MAC team, says the year, and it has their first and last name right here in bold. So that's the front cover of it, and this is one of those Avery like 6 per page type labels. So they're big. And then on the inside they have home, so be able to take anything that they need to send home or get signed or something to that extent that goes in that one. Then we broke it up by our blocks. So we have a math block on the opposite side. We had our literacy studio block folder, and then we have our content. So this is like the main folder that we give all of the kiddos. So I'm going to end up placing these out on the tables, having the tent set up, having everything the way that I want it to look. But first I need to wipe them down. So I mentioned a little bit ago that I try to place them all in their houses. This is a way for them to be able to earn points throughout the year. I find it's really simple for me to be able to dismiss them by houses if they're all sitting in the same general area. So I have Uamuzi sitting here and also here. Then I had the purple is going to be Indara, which I think I have 6 babies that are in Indara, so that you can see that. And then I had Zygoda, which would be here, and then those 2 desks. And then our beach room, which is the blue house, is in this one here with these lower desks, but some of them have stools, so it works out perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all the tables with a Clorox wipe so that they're not dusty, and then I'm just going to start setting things out and making them look first day ready. Alright, so here is what the tables look like so far. I just need to put their name tags right on top of their folders so that they have those ready. I hate like how cluttered this really looks at the moment, but it's going to be okay because it's only for the morning. But I put out some colored pencils. I put 2 sets per table inside of a little cup so that they could use them. I don't typically keep them inside of their little rolling pieces because this is going to have erasers, pencils, and then post-it notes. And then of course we have the highlighters that go inside of that. But those are the everyday materials. We don't use colored pencils very often. The good thing is that once we're done, I'm just going to use all of the colored pencils at the tables to fill up my little white bin back there in the back. So yeah, there it is. That's kind of their morning work ready to go. I did also want to show you guys something else that we do in the mornings. One of the things that we like to have is we give our kids, because we're multi-age, so our 5th and 6th graders have had us before, but our 4th graders are going to be new to us. So I'm going to have 2 kind of representatives for the MAC team help kind of assist the 4th graders. But this is what we will hand out just as a welcome and a reminder. Each kid will get one of these on a clipboard and a pencil. It just tells them to come in, locate their mailbox, write the number down that's located by their name, and then that helps them be able to find the closet based on their number. They're going to leave everything in their backpack except for their lunch. Place it starting with the back hook first, and then I'm going to have representatives helping with this part, some that I just feel would do it correctly. Then I'm going to have them place their lunchbox in the bin. They're going to read the morning message, use the bathroom if need to, find their seat, read the directions for their tent, keep a whisper voice, and then save this paper and refer to it if they have to. So that is pretty much the gist for our morning routine. Like when they come in, I have that ready to go. Just need to put them onto some clipboards for the morning. Y'all, I seriously cannot get over how good everything looks. I am so unbelievably impressed with myself. Oh man, life is good right now. So I'm feeling very good about having everything set up on the tables right now. Still need to get name tags, not super stressed about that. But now I just sat down to try to work on a little bit of my lesson plan so that I can have some of those ready for when we sit down as a team, just to go over everything. I am pretty much procrastinating on the fact that I need to finish putting together my breakout. I know it needs to happen. I know I need to get it done. I just really don't want to do it. So I am not one of those teachers that likes to purchase a ton of Teachers Pay Teachers product. But let me tell you guys, like, screenshot this person, because all of her products are absolutely fantastic and I love, love, love using them. So because, again, I'm multi-age, I have to do things on like a 3-year cycle, or else like my kids from last year are gonna be like, we did this last year, basically. I did hers not last year, but the year before that. And I loved it so, so much. And it was a monster themed one. Well, now she has like a school supplies one. So I purchased it because as soon as I saw it, I was like, absolutely, yes, sign me up. I always like to do some sort of a fun activity for the kids. I usually put them in like a group with a 5th grader, a 6th grader, and a 4th grader, so that they can kind of get to know each other and just work collaboratively. And the kids do really, really well with this. So I printed everything out. I have it all cut up, but now I just need to put them all on the envelopes and get them all sorted for the first day. And this is kind of the big activity, and I'll go over my lesson plans a little bit later on once we have those all kind of set up. So this is what I'm procrastinating on. I know I need to put these on envelopes. I know I need to get it all stuffed. And I'm struggling because I just don't want to do it. So now that I've told you that, I'm going to try really, really hard to sit down, get focused, and try to get this done. Plans have changed. I need to get bigger envelopes than this because the cards that go in it are taller. So I'm not going to finish that today. I'm not really procrastinating. I swear, guys. I can't finish it today. I did go ahead and put out name tags. My partner ended up sorting those for me. So those are out on tables, which that makes me feel even better because I feel like I'm getting there. I still need to sharpen pencils before I leave today. I need to get Post-it notes and I need to put erasers inside of each of the bins. So I'm not going to do that, but I did want to show you guys something that I'm going to end up making copies of, especially for the first couple of days of school, that just is like a nice little filler. My mom had bought one of these for my son. I don't know if you guys have seen them around. I don't know if I've seen them around actually, but it's like this big, huge comic sketchbook. Found mine at Target. Ian ended up getting his, like my mom bought it from, I think, Books A Million. And this thing is so flipping cool. Let me show it to you. So all it is it's a giant sketchbook that has all of these different designs for comics. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is just making some copies of these and then keeping them out for some extra time that we end up having that the students need to kind of fill. I think these are so cool, so fun, and I just love it. It's so neat. So the kids are not going to actually draw in this one. I'm just going to make copies based off of some of these, but I think this is a really, really, really cool thing to have. So yeah, I got mine from Target. Books A Million for my son, so you can find them there. So I'm gonna go make those copies, and then I'm also gonna make some copies for the Escape, the classroom, and then I think I'm gonna be meeting with my partners for a little bit, so I'm gonna do that. Feeling pretty good. I know I keep saying that. I'm really, really sorry. I'm gonna try not to say that anymore. All right, and I'm gonna get a Diet Coke and continue eating chocolate. So I just got done working with my partners. We went over the first 3 days of school, got those lesson plans done. I need to print them out, get them ready. Well, actually, I'm gonna put them in my digital planner, but I'm gonna do that a little bit later on today. And then we have a very rough outline for what the first full week of school is gonna look like for us. So feeling really, really good about that. I need to go and grab some different envelopes. I need to cut ribbons for the agendas that we're gonna be making. And I am gonna show you that. It's kind of like bullet journaling. We're gonna teach the kids how to bullet journal. Let's see how well that goes this year. And I want to go see Blaine. He had his transition day for kindergarten today. So I want to hear all about kindergarten. I want to hear about his teacher, his friends, all the good stuff. And I have to cut Ian's hair. So a lot of things that I got to do this evening. I'm starting to feel overwhelmed just thinking about it. So I'm going to pack up my things. It's 4 o'clock. I'm going to go home, hopefully get some things done there. And then I will see you guys tomorrow after our opening day of school. So it is Friday. It is the end of the week and we've been in school for 3 days. I didn't vlog any of the 3 days. Why? Because real life kicks in and you are dealing with a lot of things happening at one time. Behaviors are at its all-time high because kids are anxious. They don't really know what's going on. They don't like the changes. They're out of their normal, and it can be challenging for any teacher. So even a veteran teacher, like, it's challenging. And I didn't vlog because I felt as though I needed to spend more time focusing on my students, more time focusing on my own children, with Blaine going to kindergarten, Ian in 7th grade, and I needed to spend more time on me. So that's what I did. And I don't feel bad about it, not one little bit. We have to remember that at the beginning of the year, it's gonna be rough. And I think a lot of the times we as teachers, we forget how hard the beginning of the year is because we kind of black it out. I don't really know. Maybe it's such a long time before the next year that we just don't remember. I choose to believe that I just black it out of my memory. But it's very, very difficult. It is challenging, and yeah, I needed to not have another thing on my plate, and so vlogging was the first thing to go. I will have more videos that are coming up, so I appreciate you guys for hopefully understanding this and yeah, valuing the fact that I'm only human and I needed time and I need to just spend time with my kids. So there you go. Hope you guys are having a good week. I hope that you, if this is your first week in school, that it went really, really well. If you are in second week or whatever it is, that the year is going well and you're starting to notice that days are getting better and better and better. I will say that today was much better than the first day. So that is always nice to have happen. And if you are getting ready to go to school or start back to school next week or after Labor Day, just know that you're tired, it's challenging, but it does get better. Each day it does get a little bit better. So I'm starting to feel that. But I hope you guys are having a really, really great school year or getting ready to have that. And I will see you all very soon. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.